Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Brooke believes a moment between Ridge and Taylor is romantic after seeing it. Meanwhile, Carter steps in during a heated dispute between Steffi and Hope. It sounds like the day is hot. Regarding Taylor's return to town, Brooke was attempting to remain composed. She offered a helping hand in friendship. Ridge then began to spend a lot of time with her. When she goes to investigate what Taylor is doing, she discovers that she is sitting very close to Ridge, staring into his eyes intently, and that he is holding her heart. Naturally, Brooke didn't witness Chandra, a chakra healer, overseeing the activities. What more could a woman possibly believe? Don't count on Brooke to remain silent and hide in the shadows. You can anticipate a confrontation with Taylor later, even if she doesn't just walk in and cause a scene. Hope and Steffi are at each other's throats once more over at Forrester Creations. Steffi keeps saying how much Ridge still loves Taylor in an attempt to pique Hope's interest. Even though Hope's job is in jeopardy, we've already seen that she won't allow Steffi to verbally abuse her. Hope will respond with a retort, particularly now that Carter is on her side. In order to defuse the situation and satisfy both sides, Carter will need to tread carefully. Carter, as a member of the executive team, must support Steffi. That being said, he must also support Hope if he hopes to maintain their romance. Who would want to find themselves in such a precarious position? The conflict between Brooke and the Forrester women escalated. Before Brooke does something she can't undo, Ridge Forrester might want to be honest about Taylor Hayes' health. While observing the chemistry between Ridge and Taylor, Brooke Logan has been hiding in the shadows at Forrester Creations. Brooke uncomfortably watched as Ridge dropped everything to go check on Taylor after receiving a phone call from her on Thursday's episode. Unaware that Taylor was sick, Brooke cornered Steffi and issued a severe warning regarding her mother. Brooke cautioned her stepdaughter to quit attempting to get her parents back together and reminded her that she and Ridge are the ones in a relationship. Naturally, Steffi Forrester laughed and informed Brooke that her daughter didn't value her union with Dr. Finn. Steffi doesn't appear to have any immediate plans to halt her efforts to bring Ridge and Taylor back together. According to B&B spoilers, Brooke will probably face her rival Taylor next, and chaos is sure to ensue. It's not uncommon for Brooke and Taylor to fight over food. We can't even count how many times the two women have fought over the years. However, Brooke Logan is unaware that Taylor is ill and experiencing cardiac issues. Could Taylor end up in the hospital as a result of Brooke's attack? Will Ridge jump to Taylor's defense and point the finger at Brooke? It's possible that Bill Spencer's discussion of marriage to Ridge got Brooke Logan thinking. After all, Brooke was meant to be creating her wedding dress, and there hasn't been any more discussion about getting married. Should Brooke leave Ridge and return to Bill now that Ridge is lying to her for Taylor? Ridge hasn't tried to get married to Brooke again. It's been about a year and a half since Ridge and Brooke reunited. There hasn't been much discussion about Brooke and Ridge getting married again during that time. Ridge is spending far too much time with his ex-wife now that Taylor is back in town. She has broken heart syndrome, he discovered when he recently took her to a heart specialist. Before meeting Grace Buckingham and learning otherwise, Taylor was certain she had heart failure. Ridge must, of course, accompany him and keep Brooke in the dark about his destination. Ridge will now have to tell Taylor lies until she chooses to be honest with her kids. He has even vowed to keep Brooke in the dark about this. It's clear that Ridge doesn't respect Brooke or their relationship. Without thinking twice, Ridge swoons all over Taylor. Ridge lets Taylor rely on him and take advantage of him at all costs. Ridge acts just as immature as Taylor does, even though he is supposed to be in a committed relationship with Brooke. When Taylor is around, Ridge consistently ignores Brooke, and Brooke tolerates it. Brooke is always willing to assume the best about Ridge. Unfortunately, Ridge hasn't done this for her once in a long time. Because Ridge was made at Brooke and expected her to put up with that, their marriage was even dissolved. Will Brooke Logan learn her lesson at last? Should Brooke just stop this and get back together with Bill now that Ridge is lying to her once more because of Taylor? Ultimately, Katie Logan acknowledges that Bill only wants her when Brook isn't around. Maybe Bill has finally figured out who he really wants. Is Brook sick of having to share Ridge with Taylor all the time? At least, unlike Ridge with Taylor, Bill doesn't flirt with another woman in front of Brook. Is Bill prepared to marry just one woman? Now that Ridge is taking care of Taylor once more, will Bill be the one to provide Brook with what she needs? Does Brook need to give Bill another chance to show how much he values him? Rumor has it that Taylor Hayes may be concealing something in addition to her diagnosis. Why does she refuse to accept Dr. Grace Buckingham's diagnosis, and why is she not relieved that she is not dying? Ridge Forrest discussed Taylor Hayes' updated diagnosis with Lee Finnegan. Lee Finnegan was questioned by Ridge Forrester about Taylor's recent diagnosis. Given that Taylor seemed to dismiss Grace's evaluation, he wondered if it would be advantageous for Lee to speak with Taylor. Given that she is not suffering from a fatal illness, one would think Taylor would be relieved. So why does she appear so reserved? Is there something she is keeping hidden? A diagnosis of broken heart syndrome, which is treatable and not life-threatening, should be viewed as a good thing in contrast to a serious cardiac condition. However, Taylor has chosen to maintain her composure, foregoing any festivities and keeping her emotions about the circumstance to herself. She made Ridge swear to hide her predicament from Brook Logan, Steffi Forrester, and anybody else. Instead, Taylor seems to be focusing on two key issues: the fact that she isn't heartbroken and her perception that her symptoms point to heart disease. She was married to Ridge, who decided to be with Brook, so the heartbroken situation is complicated. Although Taylor says she doesn't need a man in her life, she appears sincere in her gratitude for Ridge's assistance during her medical difficulties. She may be aware that this diagnosis could cause issues, particularly after telling Brook that she wants to patch things up for their daughter's sake. Even though Taylor didn't intend to tell anyone about her farewell visit, she returned to say goodbye to everyone, suggesting that she may secretly be hoping to see Ridge again. You would think she would be thrilled about her new opportunity at life now that she isn't truly dying, but instead she appears surprised that she won't be passing away anytime soon. There is undoubtedly more to this situation. It is evident that Taylor is hiding something about how she is responding to the new diagnosis. It is difficult to accept that she was merely in Monte Carlo, observing Brook and Ridge from afar, before swiftly returning to Los Angeles. We think it might have an impact beyond the Ridge-Taylor-Brook triangle. Katie Logan, who thinks Bill Spencer still loves Brook, is attempting to win him back. In a recent interview with the publication, Heather was asked whose life story she would like to portray in a motion picture. "If I were playing an actor," she replied, "I might play Katharine Hepburn, Bette Davis, or Marilyn Monroe." To be honest, Vivien Leigh's life story of struggling with mental illness was quite tragic. Playing any of those women would be an honor. Heather added that honesty is the trait she values most in people, and that golf is the pastime she wishes she had more time for. Lavender is also her favorite candle scent. Her response to the question of which cast member makes her laugh the most was unsurprisingly straightforward. She remarked, "I think Torsten or John McCook, Eric, make me laugh the most, but Donald makes me laugh too. I have to laugh at Torsten's constant grumpiness, because it makes me laugh. It's simply too cute." Is Dawn amusing Heather enough to make her laugh? Yes, it would be wonderful to see. Given how well the cast gets along both on and off screen, it's no surprise that fans of The Bold and the Beautiful adore the program. Furthermore, it's impossible not to adore an actor such as Heather Tom. She is fantastic.